Welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing a new segment. It's going to be the Tesla Saturday subscriber highlight. This will be every single Saturday. I'll take one of your comments and we're going to talk about this. Today I am talking with regards to, and I'll put it right up here, it's from Dermot L. I hope I got that right. And as you guys can read it, it says, I have a Tesla deposit down on your channel and your channel is helping me prepare. One video I would like to see, if it might be of interest to you to make, is deadly surprises of Tesla. Meaning there is a bad surprise that could occur for a new driver. For example, my last semi-electric Prius would completely stop power to the wheels if there was any wheel spin from gravel, leaves, etc. Even if crossing an intersection with cars barreling down on me on each side. That is a bad thing. Wow. Which I didn't spot reading the manual. Or another one is surprises in general for car dummies. For example, if I found surprising how much longer it took to brake going down the steep hill. Like the videos. Okay, so this is a really good, very good. By the way, thank you for the comments. I've said this 1,000 times. I love your comments, and I hope you guys, just keep commenting, because I really do, really love your comments. So I'm gonna get going, and in the meantime, I'll talk about this. Let's get right into it. Now, to be honest with you, there aren't anything that I would consider to be deadly surprises with Teslas. And congratulations on, I hope you guys, send me some pictures of the car. That's summontesla@gmail.com. So what should you know about your new Tesla that you're gonna get? Well, there are a few key things. Tesla in general, there's no big surprises, but there are some things that are, and that's why I love this question, by the way. So there are some things. One of the biggest things about Teslas is most people don't realize that the cars are very straightforward. They're really not as difficult as you might think. And so what I mean by this is, typically you're not going to run into any problems that you can't figure out. And the owner's manual is actually pretty helpful, but very few people look at the owner's manual. So with that said, here are some of the things that you should know. Number one is going to be your tires. So these tires are made with a little foam insulation. So if you end up having a flat tire, or you hit, let's say, a nail or anything like this, you don't actually have a spare tire, so you probably already know that. But what you don't know is that, like with most tires, if let's say a nail or something punctures it on the wall of the tire, then you're pretty much looking for a replacement tire. You're not going to be able to just repair that. Very few places repair anything to do with the wall of the tire. Now, what's really important to notice is if you don't have that, let's say it's in a place where it can be repaired, there is foam inside a tire. So whoever you're getting to repair your tire, if it's Tesla, it's not an issue, but if it's anyone else, you have to make sure that the little foam that they cut out, they also put back. Most people don't pay attention to that. It's really important for you to know that. The second thing is your windshield. Now, I haven't heard anybody talk about this, but your windshield has obviously your autopilot camera on it. And so recently, there's going to be a video coming out on this shortly, but recently I had a decent sized rock just fly on the highway and hit my windshield, which also caused the windshield to have a nice crack on it. And what basically, it's unlike every other normal replacement. With Tesla, it's going to take a little while. In my case, it took a month to get the windshield in. Now, hopefully you have windshield replacement, otherwise you're going to be paying for it. So it took about a month for the windshield to come in. Once the windshield is in, whenever you're scheduling for your windshield to be replaced, you have to find out if they will calibrate your cameras. Now, this is very important, because if they don't calibrate your cameras, then you have to take the car to Tesla. Your autopilot will simply not work. So they can't just stick it on there. It still has to be calibrated. I found out the hard way. I should have gone to a different place that does that and knows about that. I didn't. So now when the windshield comes in, which I'm doing in a few days, my windshield is going to get replaced. Then I have to go over to Tesla. Tesla actually has to go through the process of calibrating the camera, which comes with a different cost. Depending on the insurance you have, you can actually take that receipt and take it back to your insurance company, and they will refund that money, assuming that's how your insurance is. Everybody's insurance is a little bit different. So those are things that you should know. Now, when you get your car, most people don't tell you this, but autopilot is a very simple thing once you understand it. But until you understand it, practice with autopilot in a safe environment. I'm talking, Saturday morning highways, freeways, areas where there aren't too many cars, and you just kind of get a feel for that moment when you activate it and just let go of the wheel. Now, I say let go of the wheel. You still have to hover around it, especially in the beginning. For guys who've done this for a longer period of time like myself, I can feel confident letting go because I know what the car is going to do. So, autopilot, take your time, practice. I actually have a few videos on this. You can go back into my playlists and you can really kind of get an idea of how to practice your autopilot. As for anything that you should look out for, the cars are not hard to figure out. In fact, Tesla, unlike the Prius that you're talking about, unlike those guys, Tesla's cars are generally really easy to drive. They are built really well, so you're not going to worry about too much in that aspect. You're definitely not going to have the wheels locking up on you, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. What I would worry about though is your charging, because what happens is with your charging, and this is kind of a common mistake with a lot of people I've talked to lately anyway, they don't really know much about how you're going to charge your car. So, when you go there, especially if you have a Model 3, you have to remember that one of the first things that you have to do with regards to, wow, that sun is really bad. So one of the first things you got to know is, especially with the Model 3, I found this to be very much about consistency. You really have to push your charger in to the car. A lot of people are not pushing it far enough in. They're not giving it, they're not being aggressive enough on it. Push it in really well, as deep as it goes, and you will have no problems. And if you don't do that, I've seen somebody who's actually been they told me that they didn't know that you have to keep going and push it even harder. There was nobody there to help them, and they stayed there for quite a while, and they were low on charge. So ultimately, there really aren't many surprises in the car. The biggest things are really simple to, as long as you understand them. Tesla cars, unlike the Prius, there are really nothing, there is nothing really that you're gonna have to worry about. You really can, I call this the plug and play system, with Tesla. You get in the car and you drive it. It's really that simple. And I know it's probably not what you're thinking about, and you're hoping that I can tell you some crazy things. There aren't any. I've driven this car for 14 months or 15 months, whatever it's been, and I've never had any issues. And this is coming from a guy who puts this car through its paces, and I've never had any issues. So I don't expect you will either. Drive the car, have fun with her, and just really learn everything that's in the car. There's a lot to learn, I should mention that. Thank you very much for your comment. I truly appreciate it. And this is going to be a regular segment on this channel starting now. There's going to be a separate playlist. So you are the first person who on this segment, so congratulations for that. And for everyone else, you guys asked the questions. I'm going to make this every single Saturday. I'm going to respond to those questions in a video format and give you guys more of a rundown based on that question. How I'm going to pick my questions? Well, I have myself and my wife. We're going to be looking through the comments, and well, we'll choose one. I wouldn't say on, I'm not going to choose it at a random pace. I will more than likely choose it at in a way that I'll see that benefits majority of the watchers, majority of the viewers of this channel. So with all that said, I'm going to say thank you so much again for your comment. Thank you very much for the question. It is really good question, and I hope I answered your questions. Please send me a photo of your vehicle once you get it. I'd love to highlight that. And drive safe, enjoy it. You're gonna love it. I know you will. If you have any further questions, well, don't hesitate to comment, because I'll take care of the answers for you. With that said, thank you again. Drive safe.